All right, hey, welcome to our third show of Voices in the Struggle. I'm your main man, Big Ant. I'm doing it without my man, Brother Reggie. He's on the road, so I wish him safe travels. But hey, I got a special treat in the house. I got a Savannah native here, Miss Kenisha Coleman, owner and entrepreneur of Pure Perfection Hair Salon. How you doing today, Miss Coleman?
I'm good, Big Ant. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm just happy to have you here today.
I'm glad to be here. This is my first interview.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Good.
So.
Well, I get the exclusive first interview.
Yeah, exclusive.
I feel special.
The background of Pure Perfection.
That's it.
Yes.
So I know so many people here in Savannah know you, but just tell us a little something about yourself for the people that don't.
Okay, well, I've been a business owner for about 11 years.
11 years.
I have 3 beautiful children, and I've been in this industry for about 17 years. Yep.
Wow.
And I love what I do. That's most important.
17 years.
17 years, yeah.
So, what industry is that?
Cosmetologist.
Cosmetologist.
I'm in cosmetology industry, but I am a cosmetologist.
Okay.
Master cosmetologist.
Master cosmetologist.
Licensed master cosmetologist.
So there are many out there who aren't licensed.
Yes, I think.
Okay. So what made you chose the cosmetology field?
Well, it was always something I knew how to do. It wasn't something that I thought that I was going to get into because I wanted to go to college, and I went to college, and that was the thing to do. You go to college after high school, but my circumstances changed. I was pregnant with my oldest, my senior year in high school. Savannah High, class of '96.
Savannah, baby.
Yes, and I did go to college, but working odd places, fast food, gas stations, it just didn't work for me. It just did not work for me. So, my sister-in-law was like, you should go to hair school. Initially, when she first told me, suggested it, that I was like, no, I'm going to college. Because, that's where I'm going. But, later on, I'm like, you know what? Let me just go to hair school. This is something I already know how to do. So why not just get my license and go to hair school? And that's what I did.
So you just wanted more than a regular 9 to 5.
I wanted more than fast food.
So how did you get started doing hair?
Well, like I said, I went to hair school, Projection School of Beauty. It was on MLK. Owner was Sharon and Kathy, Sharon Hayes Hampton, and Kathy Hayes. I went to
are they still doing hair right now?
They still doing hair fair, hair fair, and I went to their hair school. Now my plan was to go to hair school. I didn't have a plan after hair school. I was like, let me just get a hair school. I literally didn't think about it until it was time to finish. Close to time, they were like, okay, where y'all girls want to work? And I'm like, you know what, good question. So they asked us if we wanted to come work in their salon. So I was like really excited about that. So I worked in her salon as a commissioned stylist. And at that time, I didn't have a clientele, so I had to sit. That's what stylists don't do now. But back then, I sat. And you wait on walk-ins or you wait on a call-in. You just wait. You just sit.
So you just sat in your chair, just sat around the shop, talking and everything?
Talked all day. 9 to 5, 9 to 6. So
with that, you couldn't have made too much money.
Nope, I did not make a whole lot of money. It was rough. I did, once I started, I got married. So I had a husband. We didn't have a lot of bills. But we still had bills.
Right.
So, it was rough. 1 week I made $50. The most I made there was $150. So you got $50 to $150 a week. It's not a lot of money back in 99, 90, 2000.
So you were doing hair or just getting started out. You had kids.
Assisting. I had one child at the time. I had one child. And then in the year I started working in hair fair, I got pregnant with my second child. So I'm on child number 2, making $50 to $150 a week. Yeah, so it was, but I had to sit and I had to watch. I had to, I had a couple of my friends, they would come, but I just didn't have a steady clientele because, I mean, you working in a salon where women already established, they have their clients, so you have to hustle and, just try to pray that someone come to you to get your hair done.
That sounds like a lot of focus and a lot of perseverance.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
It was a lot. Every day, that was my job. Just going in and sit. Like, 1 week, I only had one client. But in the meantime, you assist other stylists. But, I didn't make that kind of money working, assisting there.
So when you say assisting other stylists, I see when I take my daughter to the salon, or unfortunately I have to go with my wife sometimes. I see younger women in there washing hair and doing stuff like that. Is that how typically a cosmetologist or a stylist get started?
That's how they get started. That pretty much that's how they should get started, so they can get a little wet a little bit in the business, because you can't just go out and just say, I want to open my salon. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
If it worked like that for anyone, let me know how well it worked. I mean, you have to kind of start from the beginning. So normally, you assist, or when because you don't have a lot of clientele, unless you was doing hair in your home and you move from your home to working in the salon. But that's how a lot of that's how you should get started.
But from speaking to you, I know that you are educated on the whole hair aspect business. Now, if you have a stylist who's really good at doing hair in their home, and they say, "Hey, I think I need to move to a shop," what advice would you give them?
First, go to hair school, get your license. That's very important. You don't want to work in the. I would not hire anyone who's not licensed. You want to get your license because state board comes in time, and they would check. You have to get your license. You want to go to school.
So, not to interrupt you, but in a barbershop, you can work as an apprentice long as someone in there licensed.
Well, yeah, you
That's
can.
not like that in the hair.
It's like that in the hair industry as well. But you can have one stylist under your license at a time.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, not many people that came along my way went that direction. But it's good for them, too. I mean, you can learn in a salon, but I just prefer, I just tell them to go to hair school.
Yeah, get that education, learn about your craft. Because
if you're not good with studying on your own, you get more theory in hair school, and you want to know that theory, because it's not about styling, it's about hair care. So you want to go and get your theory, and then they can come and work in the salon. So I can teach them, how to start out, how to hustle for clients, how to, build your clientele.
And I guess that's another way of knowing if you're serious about, about what your profession.
You got to start.
Good. So, what motivated you to, because, stylists can make a lot of money working in other people's shops and stuff. What motivated you to want to start your own business, be an entrepreneur?
Well, the second salon I worked in, because I worked in hair fair, like I said, then I had the opportunity to work in another salon. A younger group of women. They were really, really good stylists. I mean, they were doing hair like the hair in the magazine back then. So this is before, this is after 99. So this is like 2002, 3. They were really good. The salon was already established. I worked there for about 3 years. It was one of the best opportunities that came my way, because I started out, like I say, making $50, $150. But then when I worked in that salon, my income gradually increased. So I did go to school. Before hair school, I went to college. I stopped. I went to hair school. But then once I got settled working in the second salon, I went back to school. But I had to weigh my options. I went back to nursing school because I wanted to be a nurse. But I started making really good money back then. So why not just stick with hair? I found out that, hairstylists, cosmetologists can make nursing money. I mean, this is a great field to be in if this is your passion, because you got to have a passion for it, because you can I mean, it can get you can weigh yourself down. You know, you can. It can get boring if it's something that you don't want to do. So back then I knew that you know, like I said, I'm like, well, I don't have to go back to school. I could just stick with hair. But I knew that along with that, working in the salon, I had kids.
Right.
And I needed a place for my kids to just come because I was there majority of the time. But it was something that I never wanted to do. I never wanted to open up my own salon. I just wanted to cut my lights off and go pay my booth rent and go. But I just needed just a smaller salon because I worked in a big salon. So I'm like, you know what, I just want to work alone, have a salon to bring my kids, and it just happened. So I got pregnant with my son. I was still at the other salon. I got pregnant with my son. I was married. And right before I had him, I just decided that I'm just going to find me a building. And I did. I was a little nervous. I really was nervous about it because, you know, you have to get your license. I already had my my master cosmetologist license, but you have to get your state license, local business license. Have to get inspected, zone 4, make sure it's zone 4. So there's a lot of work that came along with opening up a building, but I did it. It just happened, and I opened up, and that was the second best thing besides my kids and besides having the opportunity working in that second salon. Opening up my own business was real. That was just another one of the best things that happened to me. It just kind of, the flow just came. I just had, once I figured out that that's what I wanted to do, and I knew I had to do it. I just did it. I started out really small, really small. I mean, it was an old building, 1911 MLK. That was the location. I mean, it was kind of like in the hood, you know, so I knew.
Oh, it was in the hood.
Yeah, no, it was in the hood. But hey, it was carpet on the floor, a few holes in the wall, but I mean, I kept it clean, and it worked. And my clients loved it, and they just dealt with it. And I constantly built clients from that location. You know, I had a goal. I knew once I opened, I said, you know what, I have to kind of figure out, okay, so how am I going to get people to come to me? Because I'm on my own now. You know, and before I opened my salon, I did everything. And whatever style you want, I did. I was that kind of stylist.
Yeah, and that was going to be my next question. How are you so successful in a saturated business? You know, there's hair salons and there's barbershops.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
People come,
you know what I mean?
open. Well, my vision, it just, I mean, I don't know, it just came to me like, okay, how do I separate myself? Well, I focus on what I know, healthy hair. Before natural hair, I mean, I just focused on that healthy hair because I always believed in healthy hair. The first salon I worked in, they believed in healthy hair. So why not? If I take care of people's hair, they're not going to worry about a hairstyle. As long as they have hair on their head, they're fine. So that was my focus, and it worked. It worked. So, and then educating clients on their hair. So it worked. People came to me for hair care. And then I got into natural hair, you know. So that worked for me, and I stuck with it. And then every other styles, you know, all those other styles, those weaves and quick weaves and all that, I just sent them other places. You know, come to me when you want hair on your head. So that worked for me. That was my plan, and I mean, it's working to this day. And because there's a lot of competition out there.
It is. So you went further into the education of taking care of hair. You know what I mean? You know, what little I do know about women's hair, you know, I'm finding out that it's a whole lot more than just doing your hair. You know, I think it's very important that women, especially women of color, know how to take care of their hair because this weave business has got out of control. Yeah, it is out of control.
And I see a lot of that come in my salon. Just damaged hair. So I tell clients it's okay to get it, but you have to make sure your hair is taken care of underneath it. So I give them those tools. I give them the knowledge. Now it's up to them, you know, to make sure it's done. So, you know, it's okay to get it, but you want to make sure your hair is fine. You want to make sure your ends trim, you know, it's conditioned, then you won't have a problem. because it's a lot of that. I come in contact with a lot of clients whose hair is really, really damaged. Even from chemicals, you know. It's really awful. So that's why I got into natural hair, you know, because that's really, really, that's healthy, because then you don't have to worry about any chemicals in the hair. But you can have heat damage, so you still want to make sure that you just take care of your hair as far as keeping your ends trimmed, hair condition.
Right.
But that's how I separate myself in at work. So, you know, when everyone comes out of braids and weaves and quick weaves, they come to me. Because I can make your hair look like that. So, you know, why not have your own hair looking like weaves? So.
You know, and I've always said, if you take care of your own hair,
yes.
you know, that's less you're spending on weaves and extensions and everything else. You know what I mean?
And I mean, some people get it done just to enhance their hair, and it's okay. But some people are out of control with it. So, you know, you want to make sure you take care of your hair. And that, because clients don't care about a hairstyle if they have healthy hair. So they can do it themselves, you know, in the meantime. So,
now, what are some of the obstacles you faced with not only getting in the hair business, but starting your own business? I know you were pregnant in high school. You know, you were on your own at 18. You went through a divorce. You know, with those obstacles, what other obstacles did you have? Did you have a problem finding stylists, or you just worked in there by yourself at first?
I worked by myself for 6 years. I had assistants 5.5 years when I was on MLK. I worked by myself, but I mean, I didn't face that many. I mean, because at the end of the day, with me focusing on hair, you know, that kept the clients in. And when the recession happened back in like 2008-9, they may not have gotten their hair done that much, but you know, my clients still came. As a matter of fact, I got busier. I mean, and favor, and just having favor, and just God, just I was blessed with clients. Like, so the only obstacles I face is just trying to make sure, you know, competing with other stylists, you know, trying to make sure I stay on top of the game. Because if you don't stay on top of the game, you will lose clients. So, you know, you want to make sure you go to take hair classes. I've done that. I travel. I mean, I went to boot camps, hair boot camps. I went to Vegas by myself. Blue by myself. You know, because, I mean, I love what I do. So I wanted to make sure that, you know, I find out and keep up with what's new so I can survive. So I faced personal obstacles that could have kind of took me in another direction with hair. I could have stopped, but you know, I just overcame those, and it just made me a better person. Like, you know, because I'm at work 60% of the time, you know, hair is my therapy. So that's why I just love working, because you know, it just eases my mind from stress.
Yeah, and I don't think these young girls today have their passion to sit in there and, you know, not make any money. You know, everybody wanna start off on top with the company car. You know what I mean? Want their own salon.
They want the bags. They want the shit. Or they want to make money one good day and then just take off for the rest of the week. And that's not how it works. You have to be consistent. You have to sit. You can't. Clients are not going to just come to you, and that's what a lot of stylists think. You got to hustle. You got to put yourself out there.
You got to market yourself.
You have to. When I worked in that first salon, one of the reps told me that, and he used to always see me sit every day, all day. And he was like, you know what? Get you some business cards. Pass out at least 10 a day. One person is going to come and get their hair done. You know, so having advice like that, things, you know, when you tell me things, it sticks with me. So that stuck with me. So I knew to hustle. They don't know about hustling, and they don't know about, you know, passing out cards and, you know, just trying to market yourself. You know, they just think that clients going to come to them and they can just stay home, and it doesn't work like that. Back in the day, you had to sit in the salon. Nowadays, people get on social media and just advertise, and that's it. But that's not how it should be. Because we worked hard to get to this point.
Yeah, I know Instagram and Facebook and, you know, most of the stylists put their hair and their styles and stuff up.
But that's it. But you still have to sell yourself in other ways, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because at the end of the day, you know, if that go away, you know, then what? You know, so it wasn't always social media back then.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, you know, you had to sit and wait on phone calls or walk-ins. We had walk-ins back then. But
walk-ins don't exist nowadays, do they?
No, walk-ins really don't exist. They look at your information on Facebook or online. Because
Mm-hmm.
I always like to ask my new clients, how did you find out about me? So I can kind of figure out what's working.
Mm-hmm.
Referrals or internet. And I get a lot of referrals.
Mm-hmm.
That's my number one way I mean, my clients just tell other people.
Right.
But people go online. On the natural hair stylist, they
Mm-hmm.
just go online and look on the stylist in Savannah, and my Facebook page pop up. My information pops up. So
And your Facebook page is
Pure Perfection Hair Salon. INC.
Pure Perfection Hair Salon.
Yes,
INC
INC.
on Facebook. INC.
Yes, incorporated.
Incorporated.
Yes.
Pure Perfection Hair Salon. INC on Facebook
and Instagram.
and Instagram.
At Pure Perfection Hair Salon.
Yeah, Pure Perfection. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. So. Now, what advice do you have for young stylists and young women coming up nowadays who not only want to get in the stylist profession but want to open up their own business someday? What advice do you have for them?
Start off small. Have a goal.
Mm-hmm.
You have to keep goals. Can you stick with it?
Mm-hmm.
Don't listen to the naysayers, the ones who's going to say, you know, well, you can't do this or you shouldn't do this. So kind of keep it to yourself. Come up with your own plan and then just make it happen. I started out small and then I worked myself up.
Absolutely.
To semi-big. I'm not big yet, but that's my, you know, I'm almost there.
You're still moving.
Know, yeah, I'm still moving. I'm always come on the game plan. And just, you know, prayer. Just, you know, set a plan, stick with it. You know, keep it to yourself and make it happen. And don't listen to negative people. You know, only just surround yourself with people who's going to motivate you and encourage you. You know, make it happen. And work in the salon first, you know, get your experience first before you step out. Figure out what direction you're going to go in this business. You can't just go in. Come up with a plan as far as, okay, so what am I going to focus on? So that when you open, you know where you want to, you know, what direction you want to focus in. Because you got to figure out what group you're going to cater to. You have to. You can't just say, I'm going to open up a salon.
What different areas are there to focus on?
Well, you can focus on weaves. You can focus on blocks. You can focus on just being a natural hair salon.
So I hope all the women out there know what blocks is, because most of it locks.
Blocks.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
I thought you was using the female term over there.
Locks.
Okay.
So then, because there's a lot of competition, so you always got to think in your head, why do I want someone to come to me? Because someone else is doing what I'm doing, but why? So that's, you have to ask yourself, how are you going to get people in? Okay, so once you figure out what you want to do, what your salon is going to focus on, stick with it, and then try to cater to those people.
Instead of doing a little bit of everything,
you can
focus on that one thing that you're really good at.
You always got to have a specialty. I tell up-and-coming stylists, specialize in something, because that's who's going to come to you. Because if you're a hairstylist and you want to open up a salon and you just style hair, you're not going to make it. You're going to not make it to a certain point, because everybody style hair. So what's different about you than me? You know, okay, so if I'm a stylist, I just style hair, and you come in, you open it up, why my client's going to run to you? You know what I'm saying? So you have to set yourself apart from other stylists, you know. And like another stylist, I remember taking a hair class some years ago, and the stylist told me, she said, she send clients that come to her who want to weave or a quick weave or other styles she don't do. She would send them down the street. And she want them, the other stylists, to send clients who want hair, natural hair, healthy hair to her. And I'm like, you know what, that makes sense. Because she just refused to do something that she just really don't want to do and don't specialize in, and that worked for her. And then a bell rung in my head. Like, you know what, that makes sense. So that's when I focus on healthy hair. Natural hair came a little later, but you know, healthy hair is my focus, and it worked. because people can't. But you know, we as black women don't believe that our hair can look like weave, or we can have hair down our back, or we can just have a healthy head, you know, of hair. We just don't believe that. So it is possible. So I like to make my clients aware of, you know, of that. You know, you come get shampoo, condition, your in trim, it's possible.
So not only are you doing natural hair, but you're educating your client.
Yep.
But you know, you had to go the extra level to get to that point. You had to take the training, like you said. You flew to Vegas. You know, I wouldn't.
Patrick Bradley boot camp.
Yeah, Patrick Bradley boot camp.
Yep. Boot camp, hair boot camp. We was in the streets of Las Vegas trying to. I mean, I went alone. You know, I mean, never met these people, but we had to work in teams, and you know, just he had us up 5 o'clock in the morning, exercising in the streets, because he said, as a professional, you need to get up in the morning, you need to exercise, and then you start your day off, and you know, you'll feel much better. But you know, certain things I've done along the way stuck with me. I don't exercise early in the morning because I'm not a morning person, but you know, he had us working. You know, we learned about cuts and color and all of that. But you know, that's just an example of the extra mile I took. You know. That's why I can, you know, be on a certain level in this business. And, you know, because I took the necessary steps so that I can, you know, educate my clients and bring something different to the table than other stylists.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm finding out, that the education of the hair is just important as somebody walking out here with a nice hairstyle. Just like
professionals, you know, all teachers, you know, they always have to take continual education classes, and we have to do the same in order to stay up on the game. So if you're not staying up on the game, you're not going to make it. You can't be a lazy stylist. A lazy stylist don't think you got to hustle. You know, you give yourself your days to work, and you got to come to work. You got to come to work. You have to be on time. You know, you have to work. That's the only way you're going to keep your clients. And that's the only way, so... That's why I love what I do.
Good.
Yes.
Well, listen, I want to thank you for taking the time to come talk with your main man, Big Ant, and Voices in the Struggle.
Anytime.
Now, how can someone get in contact with you? From hearing this show and they see your education of hair, they say, hey, I might need to try Miss Kenisha Coleman at Pure Perfection Hair Salon. How can somebody get in contact with you?
They can find me on Facebook. I have a business page, Pure Perfection Hair Salon, INC, on Facebook, and Instagram at Pure Perfection Hair Salon. My number is 912 231-9339 or 912-507-1885. And I'm the owner, stylist at Pure Perfection Hair Salon. So they can reach me there.
There you go.
Yes.
We'll also have the links up on our Voices in the Struggle Facebook page and under the comment section in our YouTube video. So please go there and check it out. Once again, thank you, Ms. Coleman.
You're welcome.
Voices in the Struggle, our third show. Big Ant out. Peace.
Peace.